welcome again. I'm back with my 2022 Travelers Factory notebook, and today I'm decorating my second insert, the July to December one. So I'm just getting it out. Here you can see the one I did earlier. I put this up on YouTube, decorating this one a few weeks ago, and today I finally had time to sit down and enjoy decorating my second one, because it's nice to be able to do it in a relaxing fashion when you have the time. And so I really like the blues that these covers come in, and I've saved that other half of that Shokakko handmade paper from Charlotte, and I'm going to use it for the same background as I did for the other one, not entirely covering up the blue, but just leaving enough on the edges to see the original colour. So I'm putting double-sided tape here to keep it in place. And I was thinking about what sort of theme I wanted for this one, because for my first half of the year, that's in Australia, that's summer going into autumn and into winter, and for the second half of the year, that's winter going into spring, going into summer. And so I want them to match, but I want them also to be a little different, but have similar elements, I guess, to them. So I decided for this second one to have a bit of a blue and green theme, because when you think of spring, you think of all the new greens that come, all the new growth on the plants and so forth. So I thought that would be the right colour to team up with the blue. So I'm using another one of those transparent labels and using my Cat's Life press journal stamp again on this one. And I wanted to keep the same sort of elements, so that same frame again, that same label with the months on it. So I'll just go ahead and do that in the background. Last time when I stamped the January to June, it really annoyed me because I don't know if you can see, but the June's on a slight angle, and it's like, oh, how could I have made that straight? So this time I decided to line up the two stamps and use the other stamp as the guide for the other stamp, so to speak. And so I was able to get a much better result, I think. I don't know, now I'm looking at it, I think maybe December's crooked too. Anyway, and I forget to put the line in between the months. I don't think it really matters. I'll probably do that at some stage. So you can see there's a lot of repetition from the first cover I did. But one thing I haven't done at this point yet is to stamp on the handmade paper, because I'm just not quite sure what I want to put on there. So I'm just faffing around with the other elements that I know what I want them to look like, while I'm thinking about what I actually want to stamp on the paper, because I really liked having those leaves, but I didn't want to do the same thing. I wanted to do something a bit different. So have you got your planner or diary organised yet for next year, or perhaps it's something that you're hoping to get for Christmas? But if you are sorted, what are you using next year? Are you trying something new, or are you sticking to the same thing that is a tried and true, shall we say? Because this is going to be a bit of an experiment for me. I've been looking at the spaces in each weekly layout, thinking they're quite small, aren't they? I'll have to really keep my handwriting very tiny and neat and precise. That might be a struggle. But I am looking forward to utilising the page on the other side of each week. Because at the moment, one of my pen pals, Beck, from Beck Writes, or Beck's Vintage Post, she sent me an Advent tea calendar, and it's so much fun. I'm loving it. And one of the fun things is, at this time of year, I'm at home with the kids for the school holidays, so I have more time to do a little. I'm doing like a little Christmas bunting each day, and it's so much fun. And so anyway, my point is that I'm looking forward to having that page on the other side of the weekly layout to perhaps do a little reflection of the week. So something significant that happened, or it doesn't even have to be significant, just a standout memory of the week, because that's what I've been trying to do on each of these journal, Christmas bunting, tea, Advent cards, and I've been really enjoying it. And I think it's going to be interesting to look back at it next year and see what we did on each day, or what was significant on each day. So that's something I'm looking forward to. If you have a traveler's notebook weekly that you keep along these lines, how do you use that blank page? Do you use it for journaling, or do you use it for lists? Or I'd really like to know. If you could let me know in the comments, I'd be very interested. So one thing I absolutely love is birds, and I bought these vintage bird images from Molly Creations on Etsy, and Molly makes all sorts of really beautiful things. She sews pet bandanas and makes cards, and look, her shop's really worth a look. She has some really, really lovely things there, and I'll leave a link below. But she had these vintage parrots, and I had to snap them up. So this I think he's a Corella with the blue flash around the eye. He had to be the permanent resident for my cover for July to December. And I've got these stickers from Apree, and they're hydrangeas, and the blue just blends in so nicely with the cover and with the little birdie, and yeah. So I'm just layering them here in a similar fashion to the leaves on my other cover, and just putting a good splash of PVA glue to make sure everything stays in place for the year. And I didn't say it at the time, but in the end I went for these MU Lifestyle Splice stamps, and they have quite a big range of them. This one is number 20, and it has a few floral elements as well as a moon stamp. So I decided to use those on the cover as a bit of a anticipation of spring. And I used the Shokakko ink in Pine Leaf, and I purchased my Shokakko inks from Shokakko in Australia, so they have the whole range. They have the 24 colours. They don't have the re-inkers as yet, but every time I leave a review, I mention how much I'd love it if they stocked the re-inkers. So fingers crossed they might get them, because it'd be nice not to buy yet more plastic packaging. And I'm just doing some finishing touches with this grid washi tape, which is a pale green grid, to echo what was done on the other cover, what I did on the other cover. And this is pretty much it. So I'll leave a description of the things that I've used once again, but I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear from you, what you thought, all of those things. And oh yes, please like it, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.